Hey, welcome back to the channel. What I'm going to work on today is laying out. You see I've got the fuselage on its side here. And I'm going to work on laying out the sections here. There's some triangle shapes that are here, some triangle shapes that are here, and another shape back here, a specific shape of plywood that goes on there. So I'm going to get those pieces kind of defined, and it's just a little more structure that has to go in there. And then I'm going to work on cleaning out this epoxy that's back in here. It's back in here, so because there's going to be plywood that actually goes underneath here. So I'm going to work on that and get that ready, and then but putting the other pieces on is not a problem. It's just when I go to put the plywood on, it goes top and bottom of those two RS8s. So yeah, so I'm going to lay that out. So this is the sheet we're working with. So it's getting kind of getting these dimensions. 10 1/4 from here, and 6 inches off of the center line. So I'm going to get all that laid out. Back here, I'm 4 inches from here, and I don't know. Well, it's just this piece is at a 45 degree on both sides, so that's easy. Yeah, so I've got some RS9 that goes in here, some RS6, and some RS5, so I'm going to gather that stuff up, but first I'll kind of lay out these marks so I know exactly where I'm going. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is identify where my center line is right here, and I am 24 1/4 inches, so 12 1/8. Should be right there. Just check it both directions. 12 1/8. There we go. And then, get my drawing back here. Gonna need some extra light here. All right, so we are 6 inches off the center line. Happens to be 13/16, so it's 4 13/16. Just doing some cross checking. Just curious more than anything how accurate it is. Yeah, they're both exact, so that's good. And then we're 10 1/4 inches. 10 1/4 inches back from this RS11 piece. the rear, we are 4 inches. 4 inches from here. That piece is just cut at a 45-degree angle, so you pretty much surmise it's going to be 4-4, so it's cut it at 45. Go gather some pieces here. All right, so I can see how much of the 5/16 by 3/4 I have left. I'm actually going to cut the remaining cross members over here. I'm going to cut the ones that go this way across the top here, and then I'll see once I get those 4 pieces cut. Then I know I'm gonna have enough left over. I just want to get those cut first, so I don't end up cutting. If I don't have to cut another really big piece of that, that would be great. So if I do that first, then I'll have some left over, and that leftover should be enough to do these couple of sections that I need to do here. So all of that to say, I need to do some cutting. All right. All right, so the first part is to establish this RS5, and so it goes from so this is the furthest outside, so this is going to go from there to here. So mark on the back side here where to cut this. And then I'll go cut, first I'll fit one, and then I'll cut two identical pieces. So. Alright, so we'll just check the fit to see if we're close. We can go from there. So I'll just make sure these 2 pieces are identical, and then we'll go from there. And they actually look like it. set this upright and get these glued in place. The back corners and the front corners, get those epoxied in place. At the same time, I can epoxy that piece of plywood from the tail that goes on the top side of the tail wheel mount. And then maybe we'll put the, we've got to make some plywood pieces that actually go on top of those. So, but we'll kind of need these to dry first. And there's one more piece that goes in here. It's actually where the windshield anchors to. And it's 6 1/4 inches from here back, and it's on a center line. So, and that's made out of RS11. I'm going to need that piece as well. So I may as well go ahead and see if I can get that piece in here. And it is 6 1/4 inches from the same location. It's actually 6 1/4 here. It's actually right here. And that's going to be to the center line, so. And that piece should be, RS11 should be 1 1/4 inches. Alright, so that's where I'm gonna stop tonight. You can see that I got each of these diagonals in on the top of the fuselage and how they cross over with the ones that are on the bottom. They create X's, so those are all looking really good. And then we got these 45-degree corner blocks in the back of the fuselage cockpit area, and then we got the other pieces in the front section. And that's all looking really good. Give you a look at that from here. There you go. You can see how that looks. And then this all looks really good. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and if you're not a subscriber, I invite you to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss anything. And yeah, so next weekend, well, let's see, tomorrow first thing I have to go to Corona to Aircraft Spruce. I'm picking up the marine plywood. Wow, it's noisy in here tonight, but that's good. That means we got a lot of production going on. I'm going to be picking up the marine grade plywood for the floorboard for the seat. There's 3/8 inch ply for the seat. There's 1/4 inch plywood for the floor, and then I'm picking up the 16th inch plywood that's for the landing gear. And I think that's all I'm getting. Oh, then I'm just picking up some micro balloons. I'm going to do a little bit of a micro balloon mixture on this front side. On some of these, like here, where I've got a gap, I'm going to fill that with micro balloons and epoxy, and just because I feel like that's a good idea. It's probably fine the way it is. There's plenty of epoxy in there, but it's just one of those things. So yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to go to Aircraft Spruce, then I'll probably come here and we'll continue working. I'll get this piece of plywood in here. We'll get this piece of plywood on top and on the inside, because there's two pieces that go there as well. And then when we do this sheeting of the forward cockpit area on the top, it gets sheeted here, it gets sheeted along, see, it gets sheeted this area, it gets sheeted along here, it gets sheeted on this back side that actually extends a little bit past here. And then once I get that, then we can put these 1.25 inch pieces, 1.5 inch pieces on the back of the fuselage. Whew, that's a lot. But anyway, so yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you later.